Happy to introduce myself. I'm Andrew Clearwater, Chief Trust Officer at Airia. I have responsibility for the governance of our product as well as working on the governance tool and its strategy. So defining AI governance has a bunch of different definitions that are out there in the world right now. But I think when we think about governance, it's really making sure that you know what systems are out there, what they're doing, and whether they're adhering to the policies and procedures that your company is set for these assets. Yeah, the way that I define active governance really looks at kind of two things. What makes it active is that you're getting live data off of machines, off of systems, so that on the other side, the governance side, where you look at who's accountable, what kind of responsibility do you have, you're able to make decisions based on live data. The difference between active governance and sort of standard governance is that a lot of standard governance is a wish list. It's like, what could be true, or things that I wish were happening on these systems, and then putting a ticket together, going over to a different system, trying to figure out if that's true, and waiting for the two to come together again. And that constant cycle of trying to figure out if what you want to be true is a period of risk for your company. It's also showing that you're not controlling things through your program. You're just sort of putting wishes out into the world. Yeah, I do hear a lot of the time that people worry that AI governance will slow things down. But I guess one of the stories that I've reviewed recently that gets me thinking about this is the story at the beginning of the automobile. And at the beginning of that vehicle was going down the road, no brakes, just kind of a danger to others, right? And though it didn't have brakes, which you could kind of see as the governance, the solution was basically to have people run ahead of it with red flags and warn others, here it comes. And that was just poor governance. It didn't let the car go very fast, and it didn't really use the technology efficiently because you've got people running around that could otherwise be doing something else. And so what was interesting about that is with the introduction of the brakes, which would be kind of the good governance, I suppose, in this situation, it allowed people around the vehicle to be safer. It allowed them to make the car faster because it could be slowed down and made safe in the areas where it needed to be. And I think it kind of works that way in the AI space as well. When you have the ability to kind of go full throttle in any direction and there's nothing that gates that at all, you tend to have at least some of those projects crash into things. And that either reflects badly on the company or the individual, and it slows everything down as people try to understand how that happened, what to do about it. And so the better way to move forward is to be actively monitoring the entire time for these issues, to have a strategy and a way of moving forward that allows everyone to move at a good pace and to avoid the issue of crashing into something and slowing everything down. So to me, it's like either you go at a steady pace or you crash into something and stop and you've got to reset. It's much better to just have that continuous progress. So I think the case for CIOs to invest in an active governance solution is that you're going to be able to move faster in a space that everyone wants you to move faster in. There's just no doubt that when you have a system like a governance system that can't see what's going on, or a security system that knows what's going on but doesn't know what it's supposed to be allowing and not allowing, that you're going to be stuck in the middle of that using essentially, security in the loop to try to figure out what's going on. Why am I supposed to be doing this? And any amount of friction that you put into your system where, the answer is no, and the way to get to an answer is several days worth of work is just not really a modern approach to what's going on. So active governance is a solution where people are able to pick up capabilities faster, to kind of move freely with these technologies, but know that your company is moving forward in a way that's safe, in a way that you're going to be able to pledge to your customers that the trust pledges that you've made to them are being carried over into this space.